to know who this girl is. You're reporting CBS on things that are inappropriate, that are against the Constitution, meaning people have a right to a fair trial and a speedy trial. Yet, when it comes to celebrities like P. Diddy and Jay-Z, I'm not going to give you kudos for these parties that you all used to have. However, it was definitely a bunch of women who were prostitutes. It was definitely bad behavior. It was unethical and it was immoral. Yet we are very clear that you all wanted it. And what this does to society is it puts the real victims, the real women who are victims, in a place where they can't get justice because fake women who want to get paid, which would be prostitution, would it not? So we, as innocent individuals in this country who have been assaulted, will never get justice because you're attacking people who chose to do bad things in their existence, and then they want to get paid for those things because they never made it in the business, but that's the reason they were at that party. Now, I'm not going to say that he even did that or didn't do that. So many years ago, who could remember, especially when you were drunk, especially when the industry was around you and it might have been somebody else that looked like Jay-Z. It probably wasn't even a man. It was probably the epitome of your imagination because you were 13 and you took a drug and then you forgot what happened that night, but you wanted to work for Obama. You wanted to work for Obama, didn't you, little girl? So if you're so dead set on getting justice for yourself, then it is expected if CBS is going to call Jay-Z out, then you need to call her out as well. We want to see her face. But see, CBS doesn't operate like an ethical newscast station. No, they already call people guilty, even though they're not guilty, they're innocent. Jay-Z, did you do that? Jay-Z, did you do that to that 13-year-old? Was she even 13? And who's doing this? Because this is how the industry works. Because you can give your entire life away to a bunch of morons, which would be who? Who are the morons? Well, that would be industry. Because they don't tell you when you make it in the business that this is the kind of shit that they do to you when you try to have your own life and you make your own decisions. This is what they do to you. So that's what they did to Jay-Z. What they did to Gary Vee is Monavand. What they did to Adam Levine is called Behati Prinsloo. What they did to P. Diddy is what we're watching now. What they did to Weinstein is the example over there. Go take a look at Matt Lauer with Tom Cruise. And the list goes on and on, Justin Baldoni. The lists go on and on. I'm very 100% clear that nothing happened between Blake Lively and Justin and Jay-Z and that little child girl, a liar. The little child girl, why is she a child girl? Because she's a liar. She's an immature, ghetto-ass girl who wanted to have a career in Hollywood. There's a motive here, folks. So while all of you are standing around trying to eat up this is all nasty energy. Beyonce showing up at the NFL football game was retaliation on their side. Or forced. I mean, it's very unclear when it comes to all this shit. Because why would you go and perform at the game when your husband's going through that? I mean, this is all a bunch of garbage. And is this mess of a mess of a mess of a mess. You might want to ask Dre what's actually going on here. He has 3 children. And Blue Ivy is your example of why he would never do that shit. So we're in a battle of good versus evil, and I will definitely say that there's video of Obama violating Beyonce, which I've shown you. They're working off a skeleton crew when it comes to Obama and Kamala. They were paid to do all that broadcasting to try to get you to vote for. But if you didn't do what they asked you to do, you ended up like Jay-Z and P. Diddy. Understand that. That's how the industry works. how CBS operates, and then they violate people like me by barring the door shut, who didn't even want a career in Hollywood, by the way. Now, you want to hear me on that one because I want to bring it into a point to let you know that I have to now. I have to do this now. Because that's how ignorant you all are. Because somebody has to have ethics and morals in the business to work with other people who have ethics and morals in the business, except for I'm actually the epitome of what it means to be in Hollywood and an author and a singer and all those things, so that you'll follow in God's ways if you are understanding anything that's going on. So you as audience are being taken advantage of by CBS. You're being taken advantage of by the industry. You're being taken advantage of by people like Mona Van and influencers. You're being taken advantage of by people like Drew Barrymore and Jessica Alba. And they violently attacked me. But Jay-Z's never attacked me. Neither has Beyonce. Just to let you all know. But I stay away from that energy because it's got some really dark shit around him. And I've said some things in the past, I do believe, but those were all controlled. There's a long story there. Well, let's just pretend like I'm moving on. So what else do I need to tell you about this shit, which is all garbage? Jay-Z, did you do this? What are they doing to Jay-Z and Beyonce? What are they doing to Blue Ivy to force her on stage? What are they doing to North? What are they doing to these people? I'm fucking sick and tired of watching your shit, and I shouldn't feel that way about your music, Beyonce. The fact that you isolated yourself away from white people to be the queen black girl, that's sick. All this shit is weird as fuck. And CBS, you're in big trouble for this shit. See, that CBS is over there laughing as if I don't have any weight in educating you as audience on what their involvement is in all of this. And that's specifically speaking to legacy media. See, this isn't just like this isn't the old Democratic Party, this is not your old CBS where you used to watch sitcoms. No, this is something very diabolical and very different that even these people don't understand because they don't have ethics or morals, or they don't really care about anything except for getting a story. But the story's like printed out in in a telegram. They don't search a story, they just give the story. They're like, here you go. And then everybody's brain's like, well, shit, I don't really fucking know what the fuck's going on. And that's why without integrity, nothing works. Especially when we're dealing with someone like Jay-Z, who has such a large amount of people, not fans. We're just going with law and order right now for justice, for people who see him. Now know who he is. And then you automatically make an opinion. CBS distorts reality to fuel the opinion of the narrative. And then all of a sudden you're just like, whatever, and then you move on. And then Jay-Z, after all he's done for the community, you say, well, shit, he did it. Says who? And then all the allegations were cleared because they weren't true. It's the same shit they tried on Donald Trump. Yes, that's true. So you need to clean up some shit, don't you, Jay-Z? And do not get excited because there is no excitement here in this arena because this shit's fucking bullshit. Because they will turn on you, Mona Van. They will turn on you, Melissa Wood and Valeria. And they will turn on any of you. That's the problem with your organized crime group, AOC. Whereas I know that Donald Trump and I will always stand by each other. Because that's how Republicans operate. And you can't pretend your way into that space, just to let you know. Let's talk about Peter, because he was